Hello, it is Lord Haywire. I am streaming some 2D 4X today. That's a game that I'm making. This is a 2D 4X game in Godot and Godot.Net, which is the C# version of Godot. And today what we're going to do is fix this. I wrote a chat, helped me write a special list, a list that was different than the built-in lists for C#, and it's causing, one of them's causing problems there. I mean, that's the only thing, but it's causing problems now, and I am going to get rid of it on this population list, and hopefully it's not going to have too many massive issues. It probably will, and then once that's fixed, we can restart or hopefully finish how we're doing research, because I'm going back over some older code, and I didn't like how the research was being done. There's two types of research, like assigned research, and then there's passive research, and the passive research was dumb. So we were rewriting that yesterday when we ran into this list issue. So what we're going to do is fix this list issue and then finish fixing hopefully all of the research today. I'm always way over optimistic. Every once in a blue moon, like everything gets done really fast, but generally I'm way over optimistic on things getting done as fast as I think they will. way over optimistic. We're on month 3 of this scouting equipment, and I was thinking like a month or so to get that done. And then I'm going to start breaking it down. I said this last time too. I say this all the time actually. I'm going to start breaking down the branches into smaller pieces so that I can push the main more frequently, because on GitHub it looks like nothing is going on. In fact, I need to pull up my GitHub. I knew I was forgetting something here. Because I have this project that kind of tracks what we're doing, and figure out if we really need, and I don't think we do, it needs to be a list with notify. So basically what I was using this for is if any hero list a hero gets added to any hero list, it automatically adds it to this other list. But we could also change that to work with just a method that does that somehow. So this is the list right here that has the problem. So let's change this to a Godot array. Collections, array. There we go. And then we're going to get some other bugs that are going to cannot convert type. My brain is not warmed up for programming today. I went to coffee, and I woke up later than I normally do, and so I'm kind of still in like this like I've only drank this much coffee. My brain's still firing up. My eyes are still all like blurry from sleep. I probably should figure out what the hell's going on here. Why doesn't this work for each county population? Let's just rename this here. County population. I like tearing down old code and redoing it. What is this thing's problem? We're setting idle workers. This should be very simple. This is a standard old thing that I do all the time. We should be able to for each a list here. Brain. Oh, I have another one. Maybe if I look at this other one, it will make sense to me. No, they're the same. You definitely can for each lists, Godot arrays. Go through each. What is wrong with this here? Let's look at a normal for each. I have like 40,000 of them. So let's just find some other. What is going on here? What? Can I just do that? What was going on there? So here's a Godot, but this is a for-eaching a dictionary. This is the broken one. Let's go back and look at this thing at the top here. County population. Let's see. Control home. Oh no, didn't work. Oh, I got to bring up my OBS. Control home. Oh, and I meant to check something over here. Yeah, brain's still not warmed up yet. I gotta click this button again. It doesn't give you any button feedback that you've clicked it. It's for my chat. All right, what were we doing? A Godot collection array. Oh, this is the problem. This is the problem. There we go. And now it doesn't like this because my brain doesn't work. Must be variant compatible. Good God. Brain, kick in. Where's just a normal Godot collection? No, the whole thing. I want to search for this whole thing. What am I doing wrong here? I do these all the time now. Public collection array faction data. This is a list of public classes. I wonder if maybe I can't do that. Eventually we're going to have to, I mean, we could just do it right now. It'd be awful, but we could do it. This county population, so I didn't know that how saving worked, and on a different game I started messing around with saving, and I was like, oh shit, we're going to have to change. This is a resource, and so we're going to have to change to make saving easy. We're going to have to change this county population, wherever it is. I'm like looking for it here, and there it is. We'll pin that for now. We're going to have to change this from a public class to a resource. So I think that's probably what its problem is. So let's change it to a C# list, because it won't have that problem. We can't export it though, which will be, I guess we'll just be kicking that problem down there. I knew that there, so when I was thinking about this, am I in the wrong spot? I am. When I was thinking about this before I started streaming, because like 10 minutes before I started streaming, I was like, what am I doing today? So I knew that this would be more difficult than I thought. I can change this to just a list, but then we're back to the same problem. We can take the plunge and make county population a resource. That's going to cause all sorts of problems. County population is a hugely used thing. It's used all over the place. It's like one of the main things, and it was a public class. Let me look at something. Godot saving C# public class to disk. How can I save a custom data format? All right, so this guy's got the same thing. How old is this shit? 8 months ago. Yeah. Yeah, inherits from resource. This is the way, so I wonder if I go to this public class, I bet you I can't do this, but let's try it anyways. Go over here. Can I put like a comma? Oh, it doesn't have a thing at all. I would have to do this. Whoops, except I would have to type it right. But then that blows up this thing. I mean, this is going to have to be done eventually. I'm waiting for more errors right now. I'm going to save this and see what happens. There's no way that this is the easy way to do this. Come on, errors. All right, let's build it and get our errors. I want to see how many errors we get with this, because it's got to be done. 10 is not that bad. I know 10 sounds awful, but cannot convert from. Okay, these are just the notify. Invalid parameter. Where's this at? Oh, okay, so this is just the list with notify issues. Can I just do this? So this is the thing that I always. I think I can just do this. So what I was about to say is, generally when I use resources, here's an example. These goods are all resources. And I have to create, so you write the script, right? That's down here somewhere, good data. So we write the script, And then this script is you right click and you add a new, I don't know, create new resource. And so they're each one of these are different but similar. They use the same base thing, the same base code. And I pretty much never create these, not never, but pretty much never create these in code. I always create them in Inspector. County population has no need to ever be interacted with in the Inspector. So it's all in the code. So I thought that was going to cause issues, but I don't think it is. I think it's actually going to be, I can just do, what? I had a feeling my voice sounded strange, so I was fucking with my volume, and it turned out it was not all the way up. All right, so well, fuck it. We'll just do that, and we'll just deal with these repercussions. I wish that this matched this. Now I sound like I'm shouting in my ears. So let's go through this, and let's go, see, here's where we start running into stuff. Like this needs a list with notify. Okay, all right, so we're going to have to change all three of these armies and heroes to just a normal Godot list here. Armies and heroes. So I knew that this was going to be a problem. All right. These ones probably, let's just do it with all of them. Let's just, come on. What is that Y? You think I want to change it to a Y? Come on, man. Okay, we'll just get rid of list with notify. And that looks like that's in globals, so we'll just comment that out for right now. It was really hard for me to write this when I wrote this. And chat helped me a lot. One person in particular. Where are you? I still, see, I'm new-ish to, I can't keep using that as an excuse is the problem, that I'm new to programming. But I still don't understand this T thing. I need to do a tutorial on just the T thing. Like, why is it a T? All right, now we got some errors, 14 errors. All right, so this should be easy to fix, though. We want a Godot list. Collections, list. Nope, not a list, an array. I'll get rid of some of those. Convert that to that. Population eats food. Change that. Okay, that was just an old one. It hadn't caught up yet. This is the one we needed. This is probably, what does it say? Oh, this is just a list. We were writing that yesterday. So this is going to be a collections array. There was a reason why I wasn't using an array, for Godot array for some reason, but now I can't remember what the reasoning was. What is this? Okay, so count isn't, that was like a special thing we wrote. So we can get rid of this. Okay. So we've broke something though. I'm going to put a note in here just so that I don't forget. We're going to add a thing. Here, since list with notify is gone, heroes won't automatically add to the all heroes list. And this is probably going to be somewhat of a pain. I was thinking before I started streaming about somebody in chat was saying that I always complain about certain parts of programming, and someone in chat was saying they loved every single part, and I wish I was like that. But I loved every single part of programming. There's some tedious stuff that I really don't like. All right. There's another garbage word. Okay, more of these. You don't want to automatically convert this? Thank you. Is there another one? Can we hit tab? No. But you found some more. Okay. I usually try to move this stuff down too so that it's easier for chat to see, for everyone to see, not just chat. You don't have to be in chat to look at it, right? All right, let's build this again. Let's make sure, is everything saved? Everything is not saved. So we'll just do a save all. I should probably learn that hotkey eventually. Whoops, not play. Well, play will do what we need to do. You know what's weird though, now that I think about it, is why isn't it giving us any errors for... Look at this thing. We're gonna need to, oh, there we go. Assign passive. What's your problem? Can I convert system list county population faction data all heroes list? So we're really getting in here. All heroes list. It's right here. You need to be a Godot array then. Whoops. Collections. And you going away? All right, let's go back here. Get your act together. Come on. There we go. Let's save that and build again. Sip some coffee. Maybe we'll rewrite a few. Well, no, we're gonna. What am I even talking about? We're gonna rewrite a ton of stuff. This needs to be a Godot array now. In the beginning, I was very against Godot arrays. I wish I could easily clip myself, you know, and be like, now cut to me saying fuck Godot arrays. Yeah, turns out that I was wrong. First time I was ever wrong in my life. Okay, so this is going to do this item added thing. This is what we were doing. So what we're gonna want to do. So the heroes and county list is now a Godot collection. So let's think about this. So what's it doing is add to faction hero list, which looks like it's in globals for some reason. It's right here. And its spacing is weird. Add to faction hero list. So it's going to add this to the all faction heroes list. Oh, and it checks to make sure that they're not already on the list. That's kind of interesting. This must be a ChatGPT thing that it helped me with. So it double checks, or maybe I just thought of this. I don't know. So for here though, this was like we were subscribing. So what we need to do, if we want to do this right, we do want to do it right. So this goes through and subscribes item added in the hero list, which is no longer exists. I've asked and searched for better ways to do this. So this was the best way to do it, I think. Let's notify when list changes. Let's put a C# thing in here. I think we're going to have to ask ChatGPT. My poor blurry eyes here. Google notifications. If to draw, it will call notify. I don't know what this is. So it's like a signal, but it's on a list. Maybe we can write a custom signal. let's just go down here. Let's make this so that the whole line shows up here. So if we have a list with notifies, so heroes, isn't there an E at the end of heroes? I'm now second guessing myself. Yeah, there is. Oh, wow. Remember that TV show? I remember watching that with my girlfriend at the time, and she was really into it. So there's a typo in this. There we go. Not that that matters right now. Heroes and county list. Oh, right. We need this. I just want to do something here. It'll make sense. It'll make sense eventually. Okay, and if we put this dot here, it will tell us what our things are. I don't know what these little down arrows. Is this some sort of, oh, this is a sorting function. So that's like, link is a thing. Link and, Godot lists don't have them. Okay, I don't see any things. I was looking for, so if you were to put in something else here, let's say, I don't know, what are we in? County generation. This is a node. It's not going to have, but let's say we were to put in node here. It gives us these things, and then some of them have like lightning bolts next to them or something. And you can see, here's some stuff that's similar to that, what I'm talking about. But anyways, there you can use that as a signal. I don't think this is going to work. What are we? This is a node, but that's just that one thing. Property value changes 1 year ago. Literally an example from right here. The problem with ChatGPT is that it's often wrong, and I'm not confident it's going to give us any useful code here. So I'm trying to see if I can find it a better some value. So that's just a getter setter. We can't use a getter setter because it's a list. We could write some method. Okay, so the lazy man's way to do this. One of the ways we could do this is just have a method that's like add hero, and then when you add a hero, it just adds it to both lists. And you'd have to use that. How many hero lists do we have? Because there is some stipulations for hero lists. So this is the main one that we need to get. All the heroes need to be on this list. And then we have, so why was this an issue in the first place? Man, there's a lot of stuff in here. We're getting rid of a lot of this though. So we have the all heroes list. And we have these are all methods down here, as they should. I would just sometimes like I put a getter setter or something and slowly. Okay, so we have the all heroes list, and I think the issue is that county data, look at this G just hanging out being green and the rest isn't. The county data has heroes and county list, armies and county list. Let's go back to that bug. Subscribe. This is just subscribing. Oh, we can get rid of this so that we get less. We want to leave this here for a second. This can go away. So that subscribes to army visiting. So I think the issue is that as you move, when you move a hero, which is also, and a hero can be an army, when you move a hero or army out of a county, it was removing them from the county list, so you didn't know that you own that hero anymore. I think that was the issue. And so then you didn't know that you owned it because it wasn't in your county list, so we needed a list of all of the heroes that you own, and we were doing that by every time a hero is added into this list. So I think the way, I know I'm like going in circles here. I think what we need to do for each select county in county's parent.collection. So this is going to go for, why did I call it select? Oh, because it used to be called select county. Okay, that's why that's confusing me. This is from, whatchamacallit, Unity. So for each county in here, we subscribe. Man, this would have broken. This would have broken once you take over another county. Unless we... So then we were subscribing to this list, heroes and county. So let's do this. This isn't going to be in globals. Where would this be? Where would we put this code? This is going to be at the faction level. So let's put it in here temporarily, and then when we, we're going to rewrite some shit later, and then we'll put it. We're going to need two of these: public static void add hero to all heroes list. That's not what we want. And then we're going to need another one: public static void remove hero from all heroes list. All right. So the other code was more elegant because we didn't have to remember to add this shit all the time. We're going to need to pass in a county population, which is a hero, and then we're going to pass in a county population. So then we're going to go all heroes. Are we not in faction data? Or what? I thought you were in faction data. All heroes. You're right there. Go down here. All heroes. Why? Oh, it's because it's static. Motherfucker. Okay. I guess, yes, that actually makes sense. No, that's right. So then we're going to add, yep, that's what we're going to do. And then we're going to do all heroes. We're going to get rid of the static. And we're going to do all heroes. We're going to remove. And then we're going to put a GD print in both of these. $, squigs. All hero, or no, county population dot first name has been removed from all. Do we know? We do. We'll do the faction name here. Faction name. All heroes list. And it's not, actually, we haven't removed it. We're adding it. Well, since this is already done, let's put this right there. And then we're going to add it to. Okay. So we have a thing in here we'll be able to see when we test that, because we're going to have to test it in a second, because right now it's not going to work. Maybe we don't need this anymore. Well, let's make sure that this isn't doing anything else funky. Okay, that was it. It's not. We already looked at that. All right, get out of there. So how this works is currently it's going through and adding all of the heroes manually at the beginning of the game. So we're going to add all heroes to faction all heroes lists. Then we're going to generate this, and then we're going to go, basically what we're going to do is that same thing that was in the subscribe that we just commented out here. We're going to go like this, but I guess I could have renamed that one, but we're going to go up here and we are going to go through each one of these. I don't know why we're casting here. No, we're not going to do this. This is not right. For each county, we need to go through each factions, and I'm not sure what order this does it. Factions go first. I'm positive of that. Factions are created. Counties factions own is what we need to go through. And we need to add, it's only the capital too. We need to add in, you know what we can do? Go back to this thing. Let's leave this bug here for a second. We can go to, so it's county generation, county population generation. Do we know? I think we do. I'm too far down, I think. Create population. Generate normal population. Why do we have these hero things commented out? Generate the general population for the player's capital. For the player capital. For the player capitals. For the player capitals. What? Generate the general population for the... Fuck, this comment's terrible. Create various county-specific data. That's useful. We have select county in here still. Let's rename this to county. That was a capital. We don't need it to be a capital though. And this is like we put this up at the top, this variable. I don't know why. So it's saying if the county data, if it's the player capital, or is an AI capital. Okay, so those are bools that we throw manually. So this should just be capitals. Generate the general population for the player and AI capitals. There we go. So for some reason, I guess we're not generating heroes in here anymore. Let's get this shit out of here then. Generate normal population. I'm going to cut this. And then else it's going to do this normal population thing. So you get more people in a capital, and then you get less people. You get a random amount of less people in the other ones. So where are we generating our goddamn heroes? I probably broke it into two things. If hero is false, this is a faction. This is adding the faction leader. See, this is the part where I was talking about generating, where this county resource is like a new county. It was before as a public class, but now it's a resource. So it's like a new one where I generally don't do this in code. And so I was worried this wouldn't work, but it works fine. Okay, so we create faction leaders. I don't like it's like my notes are old. Is this really creating the faction leader? Because it really seems like we're creating the faction leader right here. This is never going any more than one faction leader. Oh, okay, I see. If hero equals false, it does this. Else, this is adding the faction leader. But that's not true. Okay, this code sucks. So what this is doing is generates a hero type of county population. A hero county population. I just call them heroes. I don't. This is a standard population, so this is look how similar this shit is. Man, that's ugly. Some ugly shit. This could probably be broken into two methods. This is a temporary number. This is a temporary number. Create faction leaders. So at the beginning of the game, the faction leaders are the only heroes that exist. So this is where, yeah, it sure would be nice to not have to manually add this shit in, because there is another spot where when you declare war on somebody, it also adds it in there. I like to try to make it so that human error can be not forgotten about, avoided as much as possible. Having to remember that there's some fucking hero list that needs to be added to. So that's why I did all that work to get that notify. It would just automatically do it. And maybe there's a way to automatically. Let's ask ChatGPT, but I think I've asked ChatGPT this many times. I have a Godot collection array of county population, and whenever that array adds or removes, I want it to add or remove to another list. This is in the .NET 4.4 C# version of Godot. It's gonna just barf out something stupid. You can achieve this by listening to the changes and updating the other list, since you can use a custom wrapper. What is this custom wrapper going to tell us? Oh, Jesus Christ. What is this stuff? What is this gnarliness? Gnarliness? I guess, right? Wait, this is... What is triggering this thing, though? What does it say? Manual synchronization, which is what I was going to do. Yeah, see, it's doing that. Well, at least I'm on the right path there. But what does this thing do? Initiate, use add county population to remove, to modify the array. That's what it's, yeah. Monitor changes with custom signals. If the county population is modified outside of your control, oh my God. I thought I had banned the word viewer in my thing here. In Twitch. Well, let me ban this person. Well, they're not a person. Let me report them. Let me copy. Maybe it's because it has a slash, tilde. Then let me report. Spam, bot, cyber attack is an option. Selling viewers. Block the user. There's like a whole thing. Ban the user. And that should get their chat out of my thing. It will still show up on the screen there for a second. And then I'm going to go into my stream manager real quick while we do this. And I'm just going to add this word. Where is this crap? Content moderation. I was so glad to not see any of those for a while because I banned the word viewer. I resisted for as long as possible because it's just like seems like I shouldn't have to do that. You know what I mean? Like to get rid of a whole word. And then we're going to add that word. Oh, look, it actually tells me that it's banned it 4 times since the word viewers. I didn't know it did that. All right. Now we're back to what we were doing. Let me go to back to my dashboard here. Okay. Oh, there's my garbage word. So this is going to, if it's modified outside of your control using custom signal mechanism to notify about changes, add a signal in a Godot node that manages the array. So I say a signal delegate void, emit the signal whenever the array is modified. Connect the signal synchronized list. This doesn't look that hard. Don't I have to subscribe or something? This looks kind of good. I like this. So where are we going to put this? This is going to be in faction data. It's not a Godot. This is a resource though. I wonder if I can put, come on, man, click the right stuff. Let's copy this. Let's go back to faction data. Let's put, well, I actually think I want it. No, it's going to be at the county data level. Let me paste this thing in here. This is a resource, so I have a feeling. Okay, it didn't give me any errors. So it's saying we create this signal, emit the signal, so this is adding it though. How can so with with approach 3, with approach 3, I'm just gonna leave it. With approach 3, can we make it tell if an item is added or removed? Passive information about the change. Action, a string that's called I don't believe you. The fuck is this thing? Oh, now we're getting crazy. I'm trying to think here, because is this going to make it so that it adds it to the right faction? It does. With actually the county knows what faction, or the county population knows what faction it's in. Even when it's moving around. Emit the signal with the action type add or remove. Get the fuck out of here with a string like that. Connect the signal. What did I tell you about using var chat GPT? Get node. Get the fuck out of here. Wait, you didn't have me connecting any signals up here. Add to county population. Remove from county population. Where does the string tell us? Okay, so it's omitting the word add. And this is omitting the word. It seems like this is backwards though. Oh, okay, here's the thing. The thing where it's checking that add remove thing. This might be more work than it's worth, honestly. It's one of those things where it's like is it even worth fucking around with this? But I'm gonna have to remember, because then it's gonna be some bug. Man, this is like a common thing that I go through where I struggle over do it the easy way or do it the right way. And that the list with notify was just so nice. See, it looked good when it was just these little bits of code. But now it doesn't look so good. Uh, um, let's just do it the dumb way. We can see how well. Yeah, I'm gonna have to remember somehow. Look, we have 3 rows of this. Let's close some of these down. County AI, production data. We don't need that. County improvement control. We're not gonna need that. Container. We're not gonna need that. County creator. We might need that. All goods. We're not gonna need that right now. All right, we're gonna leave that though. So back to what I was doing. I had a hope and a dream there. This is where we're gonna do this. So at the beginning of the game, we were back. We were so the county generation, which is what we want. So let's go back to where this is county generation. No, this isn't gonna be here. We're gonna get rid of this. We'll just get rid of all this crap. We're gonna get rid of that. We're gonna get rid of this other thing. Goddamn, I'm not gonna remember that we're did it this way, but then over here, create faction leaders. So what is this doing? Do we have a method? Yeah, we generate population. This is never going to be more than 1 faction leader. Then we're gonna run. Where did I put that shit? Faction data. Oh, we need this in a different spot though. Generates a hero. Okay, so this is why this is set a faction leader. Generates a faction leader. A hero that is a faction leader county pie. And then at the end of this though, we can go. We actually don't have any. We could. So the reason why I'm like thinking through this here, where did I put this thing? Where did I put the ad? We need a faction data. So what we'll do, I guess. Do we know what faction this is at this point? Because we can pull it from the county population, but there's no like right now we don't have like a county population. We'd have to whatever. We'd have to get out of that list, and I think that's ugly. Do we know? So in this big long line, county data, faction data, we do right here. So here we could go all add hero to all county, all heroes, all, what is this name of this fucking list? This fucking list, all heroes list, all heroes list. County generation. Add hero to all heroes list. Add. And then see, we don't know. I mean, we do. We know that it's 0. It's the first one, but I don't like that. I don't like hard coding these numbers in like this. I don't like doing that for some reason. Because it's weird. It's weird. All right, so we know this. This is going to do it. Add hero to all heroes list. So we're going to have that. That works. But then we also have a button somewhere where we generate a new hero. So we need to go to that. This is going to be, we have so many other things to test before we test this. It's actually over here. So that's going to be a problem. It's under, I don't remember how we get a new hero. I can't run the game because I can't. Well, here's a recruit hero confirmation panel. So this must be in here. We're firing off a signal. Open confirmation panel. Yes button. We're removing it from the list and we're adding it to this list. Look, it says select county in there. Let's rename this to county. And then we would just go down here. Let's add in what that contains thing. Let's make the contains thing work. Where we were checking, I think I deleted that code because I was in a frenzy there for a second. Where I didn't save it. Where's my shit that I just... We probably don't need the README open. Oh, did I update the README? I did. I don't think we need the county dict. We might. There's another garbage word. I'm trying to get rid of the garbage words. All right. I got it. That's another garbage word. Now I got like, I'm still not warmed up. Let's drink some more coffee here. All right, what am I doing? So I was on faction data. We were going to where you add in with the confirmation thing, the confirmation. Let's go one step at, I don't know where that code went. County creator? No. We got it right here though. What is the name of this? Recruit hero confirmation. It's right here. It's weird how like when you open stuff, I guess it's sticking it to the first one that's after what you pinned. I feel like it should be over, it should be at the end. So when we add a hero, we're recruiting a hero. Oh, I remember how you recruit a hero now. It took a minute. So if you're doing this, if it's a hero, you're removing it from the, if it's not a hero, you're removing it. If it's an army leader is false, then you're doing this stuff. But do we add armies to the heroes list? That's the question that I couldn't remember. I think yes is the answer. We need a list of all heroes, including the army heroes. Oh, look at all these things. We got to deal with that too. So we need to... This is kind of ugly code too. Look at it, like throwing all these bools and shit. Oh man, and this is the thing. So I've mentioned this like 100 times now. I looked up one day. I was like, "Is there can you do a third option for a bool, like a null or something?" And I ran across this comment that said like pretty much don't use bools most of the time because you should just use a enum because the enum's gonna have three choices. So you would have, and this is an absolute perfect place to have used an enum. But I didn't do that. I have two bools. I have three bools that are all being flipped and thrown and shit. Uh, but this is very old code. Anyways, the point of this is so this is removing it from the county population. We don't give a shit about that. This is adding it to the hero list. So we're gonna go county. This is why I wanted the notify thing. Faction county data, faction data, add hero to, and then we have the county population. So we can copy this line here. This is removing it from here. I'm trying to think if you, it doesn't look like, look at this, it's two if statements, like right in a row. What is this shit? So this is where we're going to need the check. So basically, I can't run the game, but I don't think you can hire. You might be able to just click the army leader button. I think you have to hire the hero first, and then you have to do it. But we're gonna do this. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to this faction data thing, and we're gonna do that contains thing. Yeah. So I'm gonna first put something in here, just so we get an error, and then I'm gonna search for contains. I think it just contains. Here you go. What is this thing? This is in globals. Add to faction hero list. Blurp. Cut. Add hero. I'm going to put this inside this, even though this is going to be a problem. We're going to cut this thing. If we're in faction data, if all heroes, so this is not, if it doesn't contain this, then add it in there. And then we go like this. KD. Save that. And we don't give a shit about removing. We just always want to remove it. The only time this is going to happen is if a hero dies. Currently. And heroes can't die. Currently. This isn't used yet, but when heroes die... Oh shit. Can heroes starve to death? Can heroes starve to death? I think they can. Go to our thing here. I know this is like, we're still on county improvement. It's not really a county improvement. Can heroes starve to death? I think they can. Convert to issue. So the way I've been, whoa, what are you doing in the background there? The way I've been doing this programming, because as I learn, is I go through each part and I write like a little simplified, the most simplified version of it, and then I go to the next part, and I go to the next part, and I go to the next part, and I go to and then when I finally get around having done everything, I go back through that code. And how that's been working is that gives me like a basis for what I need, what I know I need for the game, because I'm, a noob and I've never written a 2D4X game. So I have a basis for what I know that I need in the game if I do each little piece. And then as I go back around, I improve that little piece. And so like sometimes when I go back around now, because I have done a full loop at this point, and There is one thing that I haven't. There's actually like two panels that I know that I need to add in there very soon, and it's going to happen very soon. Well, when I say very soon, in the next year or five. Uh, so when I go, but when I've been going back through, I've been noticing that like the way I was writing it before was kind of not with any base structure, meaning there's no like uh, framework for future changes, if that makes sense. So like it's just written in this like way where it's kind of like just sitting there, and they don't like interact with each other. They're like these like completely kind of like things that do like just kind of like float around on their own. They interact only with themselves. And when I coming back around though, I like run into it and I go, oh, this needs to fit in with this other framework. And so then what happens is I have to rewrite that whole thing from scratch, but then I make it so that like they're joined better. And when I say joined, I mean also very much supposedly very disconnected at the same time. And it's also I learn new stuff. So uh, yeah, so I think the starving thing is not written very well. And I'm also like writing methods differently now because I didn't know how to do certain stuff, but whatever. So if this does not contain the thing on the list, so we can err on the side of adding too much. We can err on the side of adding the hero to the all heroes list because this checks to see if the hero is already in the list. So like it's better to put that in there more, but obviously we don't want it. Okay, let's fix these things because these are just, we had this different. We had count different. We had a count thing that had this, a method inside of our list with notify. Yeah, you figured it out. Okay. Another garbage word. So let's see here. Let's see. Uh, let's build this again. We didn't get any errors. Let's go to, so this is the place, so let's see the two places where I can think of where we're adding heroes is you get a hero at the beginning, and then you add a hero uh, when you can recruit a hero. So those are the two places, and I don't think you can, I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think you can remove a hero yet because we haven't gotten to that part. Yeah, there's no way to like unheroify someone, demote someone. So let's have me take a break. That's what we should do. I'm gonna take a quick break here, and I'm gonna pause my music. Let me put up the break timer, and I'll be back in less than 5 minutes. Let's put up something else so you can see the break timer. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, let's see. I am back. I am doing something. Let me turn my music back on. Uh, Everything looks normal. Let's see. What were we doing? We are able to run the program now. I think that's all of the things. We got to figure out the starvation thing. Where the fuck was this? Wow, this isn't saved. Where would we have? Where would we have done this? Where I'm gonna just change this and get rid of this thing here. Okay, we might as well just do these messages here. Really, this can be static? Let's run it though. I've learned that you gotta build at least every time when you make something static. Yep. You are a liar. All right, maybe we won't do these things. No, not that. Oh, it's let's go to here. Whoops. Come on. We'll figure it. We'll have to change how this static thing is in a second. It doesn't understand. It's being called somewhere else. There we go. Fix yourself. Yeah, we'll deal with these things later, I guess. Let's not get sidetracked. Let's keep on task here. My break timer is off. Perfect. Faction data. Whoops. We're not. We are. Okay. My Discord thing didn't show up. It's very strange. Everything's very strange today. It's like I'm not streaming, but I did get that person, so I am streaming. It's just very strange. Okay. What are we doing? Add storage to. Oh, we're not doing that. We need to run this, I guess. Is that really where we're at? No, starvation. Good God. So how is it? Where were we doing this starvation thing? That was going to be under county. Kill people. It's like kill people. At the end of the day, we wanted to kill people. Is there enough food? I think it's in here. This is also, I don't like this code at all. Kill people who need to die or something. People who need to die is a list that's just hanging out in the middle of this thing. That's not confusing at all. Let's move this up. Oh, I guess these are getters setters, so that's why that's there. Okay. Read-only list of people who need to die. Let's find this. We clear this somewhere. Man, this is I don't like this at all. Starvation. Here we go. Starvation. Here people need who if their hit points are less than 1, they get added to the list of kill people who need to die. Then we're gonna go county population. See how this is remove. It's not a faction data. Remove hero. And that should, once again, I think this only works if the thing's in the list. So it shouldn't. See, if we had a thing where it was automatically doing this, we wouldn't have to do this. Let's put this at the top. Because they should be in another list. Yeah. Okay, so this works. I probably should write a method for each one of these. And I kind of feel like this thing should be on county population. Because if we put this on county we'll have to write like a manager, like a death manager or something at some point, but we'll get back to it, whatever. When we get there. Everything's ugly and trash. That's my whole life. I have one more sip, maybe 2 more sips of coffee. And this is running. Walter, Aaron, Jeffrey, and Virginia. That's 4. There should be 1, 2, 3, 4. So that worked. We need this up so we can see any other bugs because we've done a bunch of shit. All right, we can close this ticket or this issue because we have done it, and they can starve to death. Since heroes won't be automatically okay, we've done this. Hopefully, we just gotta remember to do that. Figure out if we really need all. No. Get out of here. Did I close something else? I did. I accidentally closed the one that was, but that's okay because we were going to close that. We can close that. And we're going to change this. This is the next step of our goals today. But what do we need to do? Let's recruit a hero. Let's bring this up. Let's recruit a hero, Amanda Bailey. Let's click recruit as an army leader. Has been added to the shipbirds. Perfect. Let's close this. Let's close this. We have no indication here. It just dawned on me that these are heroes. Virginia Walker. In fact, it took her off the list. There's something busted there. So it took her off the list, but she should be at the top of this list. Unless I didn't want armies in there. Let's recruit another one as a hero. What was this person's name? Eric Miller. Eric Miller's on there. So I didn't want heroes on there, on that list. Or armies on that list. Let's put a note in here. Here we go. Did I really not want armies on the population list? That seems weird. They currently are not on the list. I think they should be. I think they probably should be. So we'll deal with that later. We'll move this to the top. All right, that was a different thing then. We got all these heroes. They're all added in there. Let's see, what did we mess with last time? Okay, so last time we messed with a bunch of research. We couldn't test it. Let's double check this is all at 0. We're only checking passive research. So at 1 o'clock, which is there, we got a debug. Okay, so what is this? Assign research by interest. We got an error in the GD print, huh? That usually indicates something else is going on. Object reference not set to an instance of an object. 66, huh? Get first research by interest type. So this is county population it's having problem with. This is at research, assign research by interest. So this happens at 1 o'clock in the morning. It's really the county population is the problem. Let's go in here. Do we have any GD prints in here? We don't. Let's put a GD print here. Squigs, $, squigs. What is this? Get first research by interest type. And then this we'll put in this thing we're returning here. Do we have a name? Research name. And then, damn it. There we go. because maybe they're not getting. We did like kind of a lot of rearranging of things, and I'm not sure that it was right. This should all be. We can just unpause it. 1 o'clock is fine. So it's choking on this research item data. Okay, so what is this on? This is on research. Research item by interest. So it's dying there. So where are we doing this? Yeah, we want to change this to random anyways, so we're gonna want to do this. So this is returning nothing, is what it's. What is the county population? Is it passing through nobody? GD print assign research by interest to. I guess we'll just do plus on here. County population, first name. And then we'll run this. Because if it doesn't have a county population in there, then that's a problem. Luckily, this gets tested immediately in the game. You know, it'd be a bummer if it wasn't tested immediately. Okay, so Chris got assigned, or Chris is the person who's getting this, and then it gets to here. There's nothing here, huh? For each one of these in... Yeah, but it shouldn't matter. This should return null. This is croaking probably right at the beginning. Yeah. So it hits the first person and it croaks. So shouldn't this print null? Oh, except this is null. If we did a question mark here, I bet you we could... It will get past this. Because it is null. It's returning null. But we want it to return null if their interest isn't there. This is by interest, not by activity. We're going to rewrite the activity thing. Okay, so get assign research by interest to Gary. So it got that. And then get first research by interest type. And then that's where it's getting this. And there's no county population here. We know that there is a county population, so it gets past this. So this is null. So interest data should be... Can I put a question mark here? They should have an interest data at this point. So let's see that. If that gets past that. It could be a couple of things aren't getting assigned correctly. Because we messed with a ton of code. We rewrote a bunch of code. Okay. So it's not the interest data, it's this passive research item is not. So if we put a question mark here, I bet you we'll take away this one. I bet you this is where it's. But it should be able to. It's just the GD print. So is the null is okay to return because they don't. It's okay for them to have. Yeah. So we got a little bit farther. Get first research by type. Let's rewrite this thing. So what is this? So this is null. We can put in here. If, we'll put a space and colon. If this is blank, then their interest doesn't match. So then where did it get to the next part? Oh, it's not going to tell me. get item research 122, save that, G 122, get random research. So this is the research by the lowest tier. The current research tier is gotten, so I added a line, so it's actually this, that is researchable, this is in research. Researchable research 0 is where it's choking. What is the actual error though here? Let me go back over here. Out of range. 0 is out of range. So let's look how we get to here, because I had a feeling that there might, yesterday I was thinking about this. So what this does is it goes through and it's assigned by research, and then it got past assigned by activity. It must have returned null because this is supposed to check, and then if this is null, it gets random research. So at this point, though, we should already have, by far, look at this summary I wrote yesterday. We should already have our researchable research. What is this? Check each people for research. We're done with that. We did that. Well, I mean, we attempted to do that yesterday. Population research. I don't know what that is anymore. Let's just get rid of it. So this is at the faction level. We create researchable research list. We clear it here, which is what we want. This happens every day before the stuff we're doing. So it goes through each one of these. It checks if this is done. It adds it. And then it actually should be researchable research should be printing to the output. The fuck is going on here? We're getting all sorts of crazy shit. Cannot open the file. We should have had a list of research by this point. So something's happening before something else, and I think so that's the problem. So we need to our researchable research needs to happen before this. So this happens at 1 o'clock in the morning. Okay, so this is the problem, is we're not getting our researchable research is not happening. We pass in the faction data. Maybe I'm misremembering the order. End of day comes before day start. Let's do a GD print right here. Create, well, we'll do a rainbow one. What I gotta do, rich, so I can definitely see it. And I got a rainbow. Create researchable research list. And then we'll do that. And then because I don't think it's happening. And that's the problem. It needs to happen first. And it should go faction, county, and that's at the faction level. Yeah, that's not happening. So let's see what the problem is. Maybe I'm misremembering how this works and then the county goes first, or maybe they're going at the same time. It's possible that they're going at the same time. So these are all fired. End of day, start of day. These are fired at the same time. Okay, so that I was assuming that this went in an order of faction first, then county first. Just from my memory, I was assuming that, but that's not what it does. They both fire at the same time, and this has not happened yet. And this needs to happen before this other stuff. And that is assign passive research. And yesterday I was like, should this go here or should it go in the other place? So it looks like we need to have this go in the other place. So if that's the case, we're going to want to, I mean, we can easily move this, but we're going to want to change this. Like, we can, faction data is easy, but then we're going to have to for loop through this. So let's move this. Maybe we could do this differently as well. We could create assign passive research for the heroes. This is in county. This is the thing I just took out of here. So we would go like this. And then we would go not including heroes. So then for this, we would need to go through each. So we would have to go like this for each. Look at that var. Get that var the fuck out of my face. County data. County data. Whoops. County data in. It's kind of there. It's not. Counties faction owns. And then we go like this. We move this up. See, but now we have a for loop in here that I didn't want. For each loop in here that I didn't want. Okay, so this is going to go through now here, and we know that this is going to, this comes first. I was just thinking maybe we should tear this out and put a node in. Do we even need a node? So I created these nodes just for me to be able to find stuff. So like this is like down this list is the game controller node. And I created these nodes so I could find this stuff. But maybe we don't even need a node. Let's go back to our research. Can we subscribe to shit in here? I know this is probably like some basic, very basic C# stuff, but let's go to here and let's just copy this over. It's inside. So research is a resource? No, it's just a public class. I don't think we can subscribe to stuff, but let's try it. We couldn't put it here though. There's no like ready. I mean, we could put in a ready, right? Yeah, no, we can't put it. Yeah, no, we can't put in a ready. So it can't be in there. It can't be in our public class. But we could put like a research node, and then the node would fire all of these things. And that way we could break this down kind of. Let's see if this works, and then while that's running, I'll make a executive decision, as they call it. And I kind of want to do that because then the whole thing is I'm having a hard time keeping track of stuff. So let's see what happens here. Okay, so we got through the first one. And then it croaked. So it got through the first one and then it croaked. That's strange. Researchable research, research basic production. So at the faction level, this should create researchable research for this faction. It's passing this in. This is attached to this. So we have a faction node that's actually down here that gets created when the game runs, and then it goes down the list. Well, I guess they're all getting fired at about the same time. So they all get fired at the same time, and it creates researchable research list. Did we get our rainbow thing? We did. And then it gets to the first person here, who's Heather. She's going to be in Cowlitz That's the name of the county. So it gets here, and then get first research by interest type. If interest type, we're passing in an interest type. I think this needs to get changed to, okay, so this is by interest type. We're passing in, if this equals this, we break. Okay, so none of them equaled this interest type is what I'm assuming happened. But wait, it's happening. Let's check our research data just to double check. We actually are right here. Interest data is empty, 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 empty. How did that happen? Can I select this from a list? It would make my life easy. I remember looking at this yesterday. Maybe I renamed it. I renamed it. I did. Okay, so we need to find our interest data and drag this over. Do we want it? We kind of want it to implode. So, and I think they all need to have an interest data. So let's start at the top. We were doing like engineering or something. And then I think we want it to implode. I was thinking maybe we'll put a null check in there and here we go. Basic research was information. Basic storage is engineering. And primitive scouting equipment. I'm going to put warfare in here. Fuck it. We can always adjust it later. I renamed something else yesterday too. It was interest, but it was somewhere else. Wait till 1 o'clock. Okay, we didn't get any errors. And we got a lot of things here. So we're creating the researchable. We should see this create researchable research list a bunch of times. Okay. So we have 4 factions and we got that 4 times. And we can check something on here. We actually haven't applied any research though. So that's not good. We should have, yeah, it's 2 a.m. We should have gotten some research shown up there. So we have create researchable, and then here's the 3 items. They should all have this, wait, 3 items. It should have 4 items on the list. Basic production, basic, oh no, it shouldn't because it doesn't have the prerequisite for the other one. So this is right. So it's assigning research by interest of Victor, and it's getting basic research basic researching. They don't have that interest, except I renamed that. Let's look over here and make sure these people are getting assigned interests. Now we have that weird scavenging error. So that scavenging error is what caused us to look at their research more closely here. His interest is biology. So he should go through every single person though. Steve, so let's go to Portland. Let's do this. Oh, that's not going to show us. We can do it over here. We're going to go to this faction, this for loop, and we're going to go GD print $, county data, county name, squigs is checking population passive research. So we'll have that in there. Maybe we should throw a rainbow thing in there too. Maybe. Okay. We let this go for an hour. Tammy. I got a list of like the most popular names in North America, supposedly. I don't necessarily think it's correct, but that's where we're getting that from. There's all these names from. Okay, so Portland is checking passive. Can we look at Portland here and see what it says? All right, so that's happening once, which I had a fear for a second that it was happening more than once. So let's find. So I wish you could search in here, and it would bring you not filter but search, and it would bring you to where the Portland is instead of me having to use my eyeballs because here it is. So Willie doesn't match. Is either idle or moving, so they get random passive research. So that's what we wanted, but we don't know if he actually was assigned anything. It doesn't seem like it, because they should have already started applying research to this. Let's let a day go. Let's let another day go by. I'm curious if it needs to, like a day has to pass or something. It shouldn't. Yeah, this is not getting applied, their research, though. Maybe we haven't written that part. I don't think we have. Yeah, we haven't. Here it is. Generate all. But let's put in here. Let's go back to the random. Get random research. Well, let's put in a GD print in here. And so get random research is going to. And I do want to change. I don't want it to be the first thing. We're gonna want to random research by interest. Return research item. Let's go back to where this was. It's up higher in here. That's by activity. They would all be idle or scavenging. Scavenging isn't in here. This doesn't work the way I thought it worked. So if there's no case for that, I forgot scavenging. If there's no case for that, it doesn't give you an error. No case doesn't give error. I thought it gave you an error. Switch. That was my whole thing yesterday. In C#, if a switch doesn't have a case for something, do you get an error? An error. No. Okay, so then we need to put that default in that I took out. So we need to have this default in here. And we need to go break, but we need to just put in a GD print in here because we want an error. I think I can do like error or something. GD print warning or something. GD warning. Push warning. There is a warning thing. I'm gonna use it. I've never used it before, I don't think. Warning system. That's not what I want. I want in the command line. How to show GD script. Oh, C#. C#. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Turn off. No. No. Issue C# script installation. I know that you can do this. Warning. Exception. I think it's this thing. Can I put in what it is? It doesn't seem to like that. That's a C# thing. You know, when you go like this, let's see if I can do it. Here, I can do it right here. I can do this. Whatever. And then you generate one of these things. It gives you something. Not implemented. Okay, that's not what I want. Can I put something inside here? Oh, I can. So what if we do this, and we go like this, and then we go unreachable code. Can I get rid of that? Where did I put that whatever? No case in assign research by activity, exclamation point, save. Let's do this. Is it gonna shit itself? Because I kind of want it to. I want it to croak. And we don't have scavenge in there, so it should immediately croak. There we go, we got something. Perfect. Does it put a thing in our output? It doesn't. Does it say anything in the debug log? What the problem is? It does, but that kind of looks, let's do this. Josh says, that's my name, Josh. All right, that's fine. That's what we want. We want it to die. Case all enums activities scavenge. If you're scavenging, we want let's put a random in here. If they're idle, scavenging, or moving, they get random research. I think that's a good idea. Is either idle, scavenging, or moving. So they get a random. Okay, so but that wasn't our problem. What were we doing here? Now we can't test that here. Let's test this again and see what our problem was. I can't remember what our problems were. I can't remember all the problems that I have, I guess is what I'm trying to say here. We'll go to 1. We'll scroll up to Portland because that's what we were doing. Yeah, there really needs to be a search function in here. Focus search filter bar. That just turns that on and off. Did I go? Here we go. This is blank. Then there, assign research to lowest, get research by interest type, is politics, engineering. This should have. There's Lewis and Lois right next to each other. Get first research by interest type. If Lois is engineering, so there's a problem with that. It should have happened already. So let's fix this first part. I don't remember what we were working on before. We gotta do something over here. Let's see. So engineering, we put in engineering to one of these. There's an engineering one right there. So we have 2 engineerings. It should have given them the first one. So there's something wrong with get first research by interest type. So this is going interest type equals I know what the problem is. These interests are probably, yep. These all got set back. No, biology is botany. Biology these are backwards. That's weird. Engineering is engineering. Humanities is humanities. Information is information. Politics is politics. Warfare, let's go back up to here. Biology, botany. All right, so it's not that. So we're passing in an interest type. And we know from this thing that Lois has interest in engineering. And we're doing is having them research is having them assign research by interest. We pass in this county population. Assign research by interest to Lois. Get first research by interest type. So research basic production. That is the interest. It's okay, and that's right here. Get first research by interest type. So we basic production does have engineering. Now we need to go back to where was that thing? Is having them. So this is we're returning research item. Is this thing not returning correctly? Is having them research, and it's blank here. If this is blank, then their interests don't match. So this is blank. So this isn't returning. Actually, this should be research item data should be there because we haven't actually passed it yet to the county population. So that is a problem with our GD print. Man, I was way over optimistic today. Once again, my eyes hurt. I don't know why. Okay, so we got to go back up to port. Well, I guess we could just look at any old person here. Diane's interest is information, is having them research basic researching. So that is working, or at least it may have been working before. So let's go back up to Portland and double check here, because we should get like 10 people here. That's Patricia, not Portland. I saw the P and was ready to go. I should just make this. Portland, what did this say? Portland is checking. Let's just make this also a rainbow one. That's how I do my chat kept telling me to put rainbows in here, and I agreed because it lets me the stuff sticks out. And so instead of me trying to look with my eyeballs, it'll be a nice rainbow thing here. Assign research by interest to Roger. Get first research by interest type. He has basic researching. His is information as well. Is having them research basic researching. If this is blank. Okay, so that's that. And then it's going to Jacqueline. Get first research by interest type. Hers is humanities. There's nothing on that list. She's either idle, scavenging, or moving, so they get a random one. So that's nice, but what random one did they get? Assign passive research. Get random. We don't have a GD print in here. What we could do is, where did this is either idle, scavenging. So then right here, we're going to put random. We're going to move this down one right there. And then we're going to say random passive research. We're going to go like this. And then we're going to make sure it's assigned to, because this should, well, I guess it's not assigned to the population yet. So we're going to say what population is researching here. I guess this isn't quite testing what that this is getting returned, but let's see where this gets returned. It should work because we have that null check thing. You know, the way we could check this, and we probably could have done this easier, is where it goes through that list right here. We could just say GD print final research, final passive research outcome. Then we'll do a squigs. I didn't put a dollar sign here. Then we'll go in and we'll do squigs, county population, dot first name. And then we'll do a squigs, then we'll do a space, then we'll do a colon, then we'll do a thing here, and then we'll do county population. And we're going to actually move this down. We'll move it right here. County population, current research item, research name. And this will give us the final outcome of what they got for their passive research. So everybody should have a passive research at that point. We probably could take out those other GD prints, but that helps us tell where the errors, where the problems are. And I knew there was going to be problems because we didn't get a chance to test this. All right, we're going to debug. Final passive. So that's where it croaked. So there's something going wrong in here. The county population first name, and it's probably this. Oh, wait. This is supposed to be passive. I forgot I invented that yesterday. The current thing is when they're assigned to an office. This is their passive research. So their passive is one thing, and then you can also assign them. So the idea is that you'll get a little trickle of research just in general, and then you'll also can assign them to something if you wanted to speed up things. Basic storage, basic production. Let's go back up here, though, to Wasco. Yes, much easier to find. See that shit? Portland. Basic, get first by interest, basic research type. They are getting that. This is blank. First passive. This is the final passive. So he got the correct thing. And then we're going to go to Teresa. There is no interest type. So she doesn't have an interest. She has an interest, but it doesn't match any of the research that's available. So this is their biology. Is having them interest is biology. If this is blank, then their interests don't match. They're either idle, scavenging. So I have resource name in here somewhere. Get random research. Where was I? What did this say? Idle scavenging. Idle scav. Yes. Research name. There we go. Run this again. I feel like we've got this working, but now we got to rewrite the random thing. I don't like it that it's getting the first thing by interest. Instead of giving the first, we want to get it a random by interest. So we'll go back up to Portland here. If we ever can get to there. It's kind of weird, actually. Um, it's kind of weird that I don't think Portland's not. There's 7 of these, and Portland isn't the second to last. There's another one, and it should go through every county. 1, 2. Maybe we can search passive research here. Okay, no, we cannot. What about passive? Let's put the whole thing in here. No, I'm using that a lot. Let's copy the first one of these, because it might not be doing it in the right order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It is. Portland should be before Umatilla, though. Let's go to remote and look at this. They're all firing at the same time, so that's probably what's going on. Oh, Portland should actually be before Wasco, Harney, and Umatilla. I think it's just because they're all firing at the same time that the order's wrong. And the order doesn't matter, but it's whatever. All right, let's look at this again. Oh, another garbage word. Let's look at Portland because we can check. I mean, it's easier that it's farther down on the list. All right, so assigned to John. John is botany, and there's no botany. He's either idle, scavenging, or moving, so he gets the random basic, just a random thing, and so he's going to put a point to basic production. Final passive research outcome for him is basic production. Jane's interest doesn't match, so then they're getting basic storage because that's a random one. Melissa doesn't have her thing doesn't match anything. She's getting basic storage. Hers is botany, so it doesn't match anything. She's getting basic production. Biology, basic production. Information technology. So Roger is having them research basic researching. So every time it should be hitting basic research for him. So that one of the things, though, now that I think about it, players could go in here and look for like see how many people they got that had that interest, and then restart the game to try to get better. Like they got 2 botanists there. Politics, that's botany. Like this is a botany heavy run for these people. Now they're in biology, not botany. So a player could go through all of these and then restart the game to hope to get a better run with like people who have information or whatever. But I think that's all working. This is perfect time for me to take a break. I'm going to take a break, and then what we'll do is we will come back and we're going to rewrite this thing where it gets the first one, and it's going to be getting a random one. It's really going to spread out the amount of research, but that's kind of what we want. We want the research to be going in a trickle, and then the interest will be the main thing, and then if they're working on something, we haven't tested that actually. Let's build something. We can't build anything because there's nothing researched. All right, well, let's click this button. This will also be a good thing to test. Where's our research? Basic production. We want to go to basic production, research to start. I'm going to set this up for the next the next step of testing here. We're going to build a garden. There's a lot of people. So there's going to be a lot of people researching, there should be a lot of people giving research to gardening, which is kind of good. Yeah, I like that. All right, so I'm going to go take a quick break, and I will be back in less than 5 minutes. Let me throw up my break timer. Hopefully, if I can figure out how to do it, even though I've done it 60,000 times at this point. All right, I'm going to pause my music that you guys can't hear, and I'll be right back. All right, let's see. I am back, and I'm going to start my music that you guys can't hear, and I'm going to go back, turn off my break timer. That was a long break. Normally I have like a minute left, but I had to take a piss. So what were we doing? We were testing something. We were going to build something. We did. It's on the construction thing. So the first day, we should get a bunch of different things than normal because they should be getting uh, building stuff. Well, let's make sure that they're building. So there's 5 people building. Build, 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 build. Lord Mac, how's it going? Game's going good. Rewriting some research stuff. They're getting research differently now and more better. We gotta find Portland in here though, wherever it is. Okay, Sarah. Interest in having them research, so their interest doesn't match. It's either idle, scavenging, or moving. So they're getting basic storage at this point. When I think Sarah is scavenging. More better, exactly, exactly. How's your life going? My cat has been. I always talk about my cat whenever you show up. My cat has been very friendly. In fact, I don't know where he is right now. He's changed. He's gotten a lot better. He's stopped being a jerk, and he like I don't know. He accepted his fate. I don't know. Um, let's see, Maria is scavenging, so we're after Maria. We got to go to see if this person Philip, their interest is blank, and then get first research basic storage. Okay, by interest type basic storage, you should have gotten build. What does build do? Let's double check. Build, where are we at? Research, it's right here. So they should be get first research by interest type, and we're passing in engineering. Okay, so that's right. So he should be getting basic storage because he's doing engineering, building his engineering, and so while he's working, he's thinking about basic storage. And then so that's right. Patricia is also, we're just gonna check one more person here, is also building. But Patricia's interest is information, so she's going to be thinking about research over her build thing. So that was a good test. Let's double check and make sure that that's her interest. So her interest is information. Move to the countryside. You know, I used to be a big city person. Like I love the city. I love like that you can go. Well, you used to be able to go out and like buy food at 2 in the morning, and there was always shit going down. Not necessarily cool shit, but there was always something happening. And now I live in suburbia, which is like I never imagined that I'd want to live in suburbia. And now I just sit in my house and I like hope that it's quiet and that no one bugs me. Like if someone comes to my door, I'm just like, who the fuck is that? What the fuck are they at my door? You know. I went. I was taking a nap one day and someone pounded on my door and woke me up. I have a doorbell. You know, they didn't use it. It's pounded on my door. And they were dropping off some sort of like landscaping thing. And I went on their website and gave them a bad review. I said, don't come to my fucking door and pound on it. I know, right? I got old. It happens. It's terrible. All right, so this is working. Patricia's got her thing. Let's go to the next person, though. Jessica is on scavenging. So Jessica should get a random... Whoops. Jessica should get a random one. Where are you, Jessica? Patricia, Jessica. She's getting a random research because this didn't match anything because she's just scavenging. So that's good for that. Terry, what are you doing? You're building. You have politics, which we don't have a match for. So that should, they're getting basic storage. That's engineering. Yeah. So let's let this go until this is done being built, and then everyone will be employed at this place, and we'll double check that. All right. So, oh, we got a bug. We got 2 bugs. Okay. So for work, so they're all working at, what is this bug here? We're going to change this anyway, so I should probably just rewrite it first. Never much for social media. I used to love going to the bar and stuff. Even by myself, it was okay, because you would always end up talking to somebody. That's it. If you're a regular, you know, if you're just some wingnut showing up at a bar and trying to talk to people, it's no, doesn't work always. I mean, I guess you can pull it off. So this is at 104. Can I click on this and will it bring me there? Nope. Sometimes, oh, I'm at 104. So this is, we should rewrite this right now anyways. So what we want to do, get first research by research type. Do you like, what are your hobbies, Lord Mac? I'm not trying to put, you don't have to answer. I always feel like when I specifically, this goes for all of chat too. I have 2 things that when I specifically ask someone in like a question, I always like, maybe they don't want to tell me. And then I also feel like I'm leaving out other people. That's a 2-prong. Regrets. So we're going to rewrite this though. Yeah, this needs to be random. So we shouldn't be testing this right now. So this is going to be get random research by interest type. Except we got to type in random, right? So what we're going to do is, instead of getting the first one, we're going to get a list of all of the researchable research of that research type, or the interest type, and then we're going to pick a random from it. So we have a method we wrote. Let's move this down here so it's out of the way. And then let's get rid of this. Then let's get random research. This is just a random research. Get random research of tier. By tier. Get lowest tier random research. And this doesn't change. Assign passive. Internet and video games. Modern equivalent of TV. You know, one of my friends. This is so strange to me. One of my friends I hung out with the other day, he said, you know, he was talking about his dad who's in retirement, and his dad is like trying to keep himself busy, you know, like by starting hobbies. And my friend said, it's really crazy when we're like retired, what are we gonna do? And I was like, video games. And he just started laughing. He's like, no, seriously. And I was like, it's going to be video games, dude. Retirement homes are going to be filled with video games. It's going to be PlayStations everywhere, because that's the, like, a cheap, you know, alternative to, not alternative, but yeah, it's going to be video games when I'm in retirement age. Yeah, video games are fun. I like them. You know that. I think it's a good hobby. I hope it's a good hobby since I do it all the time. Yeah, exactly, and it will be different. Exactly, they'll have a whole range of different types. Maybe stand-up video games, except you'll have to wheel us over there, you know, because we'll be in wheelchairs and stuff. Walker friendly. All right, let's see here. Yeah, the other day I'd asked what SNES stood for. We, we definitely, we used to, I feel like for a while, whenever I went to anyone's house, it was like, like for, when I say a party, I mean like 5 people, the Wii was out, and then suddenly it just went away. I don't know what happened. There'd be people bowling and playing tennis, like, while the other people did other things, and then suddenly it was gone, and nobody has a Wii anymore. So this is going to be, I thought I had a thing, maybe I renamed, no, that's the right thing. Get lowest tier. Where's our get by interest? Okay, assign research by interest type. By interest. Okay, so this is not going to do what I was thinking here. So we're going to want to... All right, so I was just making sure that was also in the right order of how I want things to look here. So get random research by interest type. So we're going to need a for loop. So let's write this thing. We're going to need a list here. I'm just going to make it I guess I'll stick to the Godot collections. Whoops. Array. And we're going to need a list of research item data. People are Nintendo stopped software support? Is it that old? When did the Wii come out? I feel like it was like last week. Wii release date. Oh, 2006. That was a long time ago. Huh. Is there any replacement? Like party type systems? Research by interest list equals lerp. 2006, huh? That's almost 20 years old. No. Yes. Oh my God. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a for. So in the researchable research, if the interest type, what interest type are we passing in? Okay, so we're passing in an interest type, which could be anything. We're gonna add this to this research. We're going to add this in here. We're not going to break anymore. We want a list of these things. Then after we get the list, we're going to research by, this is going to equal research. Yes, this is going to be equal this 0, comma, and we need a random in here. Random equals new. Yeah, it's during the pandemic, when it first started, one of my coworkers asked if she could install video games from Steam on her work computer, and I was like, yeah, I don't give a shit. And what she wanted to install was that, trying to think of the name of that game. It's like a party game where it's like trivia, I think. And they were having these like meetings where everyone would like join in and have these like fun activities. This needs to be, I'm doing this wrong. Random. And so that's like a group thing, but I can't think of anywhere you like stand together anymore this is, yeah, what am I doing here? This needs to be here, and this needs to be a condom. Condom? A comma. What's going on in my brain? Then we need this to be research this one count. And actually, we're doing this wrong too. We need, this needs to be this list. There we go. Okay. Research item data by interest equals the research by interest list, and then we get a random between 0 and the count of the list. And so that will assign a random thing, but there could be nothing. This could be a nothing. This could be nothing. So we gotta null check this shit, I guess. Can we put a question mark right here? No way. Really? I don't believe it. This will return a random research by interest if it is not null. If the list is not null. I want it to return null if it. So then what happens if there's nothing? We need to have a thing for that, an option for that. We didn't, that our switch didn't implode like it was supposed to. If this isn't in here. No, but this is by activity. So we need like a final. No, we do. We have the random thing. We have the final random. Yeah, so it should, if it returns all these other things, they should get returned a random thing. I think. I hope. I rated another streamer yesterday for like the second time in my life, who was also a developer, and I noticed on his tags for his stream he had easily distracted. And I was like, man, I need to add that to mine. Easily distracted by anything. Okay, we already got a bug here. Copy. 157. It's this one. So maybe this doesn't work correctly. Let's do this just to make sure. If research.list count is greater than 0, do this. And otherwise, let's get rid of this question mark because I don't think it works how I want it to work. So if this is greater than 0, it will do this. Research, yeah, because it's always going to have, it's going to get initialized there. Yeah, so that's the problem, is that that's not going to be null because it's going to be initialized, I think. I think. And let's hope the debug thing goes away here. Yeah, I'm gonna write just a little tiny project that duplicates this error over here, and then I'm gonna post it somewhere. We don't want to do that yet. We want to see it's past 1 o'clock, so we got past that. Let's go up to Portland and we'll do a check here before we build anything, and then we'll just build something. Where's Portland? Assign research by interest to Elizabeth. She has warfare, which is scouting equipment. So scouting equipment shouldn't actually be on the list, because scouting equipment's prerequisite. Oh no, that's not true. We checkboxed production, so scouting equipment is on the list because we made this work, and the prerequisite is okay. So that worked. That didn't mean to test that, but we did. So her interest was research, and then this person's interest is humanities, which there's no connect for that. So then they're scavenging or moving, so they've gotten just a random research. We need to get, we need to have so many builds. We need to build something. Let's do the garden here. It'll be easier to test this. Oh, we got some bugs in here. See, this is coming back null. I think was what's going on here. This is the same error we were getting a second ago, but it not set to an instance of an object. Well, that's okay if this is null. Get random research by interest type. Why would it care? We should be getting null here. And then it should, after that, it should go, like, if we go back up to here. Assign research by activity. If this is not null, or this one, it tries that first, and then it tries this. And if it's still null, it should get this one. So it goes through this activity, and it doesn't like this thing. We got two of them. Let's make sure. Yeah, they're both the same thing. Let's look at this error again. Maybe I'm misunderstanding. It says it's not set to an instance at 103. Is that like, can we not return null? Get first research by interest type. Let's look at this thing, because it croaks out everything. Oh no, it doesn't croak out everything. It's weird that it doesn't happen more frequently. So here's Portland. And what we want, so everyone should, oh, maybe this is the earlier one. This is the earlier one. People are building stuff. Creates a researchable research list. Creating a researchable research list. Okay, I was making sure that happens multiple times, because if it's only happening once, then we have a different problem. So there's Cowlitz. Where's Portland? There's Cowlitz. Okay, so it croaked on Cowlitz, and it never got farther, is the problem. In fact, it looks like it did Cowlitz twice. And then it croaked on the first person. Oh, because I let it go for 2 days, and it never could get past that. So it's returning, so assigning to Kevin, get first research by interest type. There's no humanity, so then it died on the next part, which is the activity. So it hits the get random research by interest type, and this is returning null though, and I guess you can't assign null or something. Let's do this. It's going to be weird, but let's do this. We're returning I don't know. There's got to be an easier way to check this. Let's copy this. Put this here. Sometimes this returns null and it causes an error to get thrown. Let's hope it knows what I'm talking about here. Like, Causing an error when accessed, you should handle the possibility of null being returned. There's a few ways to check for null before returning the value. Set a default value if null is returned. I want it to be debug the I want it to be null though, because I'm checking it later. Try catch. Oh, this is that try thing. Focus on why it's returning null. I want it to return null sometimes for stuff later. All right, man. Thank you for dropping by. Have a good rest of your day, your life. Since returning null is part of the design, add a null check immediately after the assignment. Yeah, but it's throwing null up here. It's the error. Maybe I'm misunderstanding what this error is. Object reference not set to an instance of an object. Null reference. Assign. I don't see anything weird. Unexpected, I guess. It's throwing it on assigning it, though. We could do a test and we could just have it like put in a thing to see if that's the case. Get random research by interest type. We could. So what do? We have it. What we can do is this. As a test, I guess. If we go to here, get out of here. And then if this is greater than 0, we do this, else we can just put in like, no, we already know it's null. I think we already know it's null. It's null up there. Else we go equals get random assign random research. What did I call this thing? I just want it's get random, isn't it? Did I call it assign? Where did you go? Where'd you go, random? There should be one that's just assign passive research. We want that. Assign research by interest. Is this an assign? This is a get, I think. We're getting the research by interest. Get research by interest. We're getting it by activity. And then get lowest tier. Oh, that was the problem. It was called get lowest tier. Get lowest tier random research by faction data. Do we have a faction data in here? We do. So this is what we'll do. We'll see if this solves the problem. It's not what I want to do, but that's what we'll do. Anyways. Man, that shit's 20 years old. The Wii. Wonder if people say I'm laying around gathering. Probably many people I'm laying around gathering dust somewhere. Oh, I wonder if like I renamed something again and it threw something off over here. Let's test it without anything. Okay, that works. Let's start building the garden. We're just looking for bugs here. We're getting close. We're getting close. I was like, why is this taking so long? Speed is to the garden's complete. We're not getting any bugs. So I think that's the problem is it can't assign null to this. What happens if we say, like this was saying, will it let us do that? Like, it starts out as null though. It should default to that. You know, someone in chat a long time ago was saw me doing this stuff with null, and they were like, "Oh, you shouldn't." No, they didn't say you shouldn't do that, but they said like you should assign something to that or something, and it doesn't happen on the first day either. It's when they start working. It's not when they're building, it's when they start working. Oh, because the first time it was building we must have had like engineering. We have engineering, but then garden doesn't have there is no garden for botany type thing. So we can't return null for some reason. The problem, did I already say this? The problem is it errors out when assigning null to, you know what we could do is we could say, no, that's not going to work. Assigning null to, what did we call this? What population is researching, which is already null at that point. I'm wondering if maybe that's it. Is it not a standard variable? What is this thing? It's just a research item data. Unnecessary assignment. What happens if we do that? I don't remember why I put that in there. It's still going. Threading, data corruption. Cannot set to null. I don't want to make it. That's a pretty complicated way to fix that. Get random research by implementation. Use optional logging. Let's see if it's because it's already null. I don't feel like that. Well, maybe it's something else. Maybe it's not. Maybe like the interest type is the problem, and it's saying that it's that line, but it's not that line. We need to build our thing here. That always happens on the garden, so we're going to keep doing the garden here. We're getting close. We're getting close. Oh. Okay, so it's the same spot. So maybe it's because this is probably what it is we're trying to pass this in. Let's look at the garden, just in case. Skill and interest. The interest data is empty. Well, that's a problem. Are all of these that way? This is the problem. Has nothing to do with what I thought it did. Okay, well, that happens. Here we go. What are we on? I wish you could just pick from a list without... I guess you can. It's in a folder because these are kind of far apart. So let's go back to here. Let's open. Let's quick load. Here we go. This is great. What are we doing here? Which thing am I on? Okay, converted warehouse is engineering. Fisher shed is, I don't know. What are our choices? Botany, biology, humanities, politics, biology, I guess. Gardening is botany. Whoops, I clicked on something else. Hopefully I didn't fuck something up. Okay. Interest and skills. I'm glad I put these little things in here. I wasn't doing it for a while. What are on lumberjack station? I guess this is engineering. Is it engineering or is it botany? Let's do botany. Research office. That's going to be information. Scouting equipment. That's going to be warfare for some reason. There we go. So let's go back and put this thing. What did I do to this thing? This. Let's go to get rid of this crap. And then let's run this again. I'm running out of time. But if we get this done, I'll probably call it a day. This is, and then next, maybe I can, we need to assign the research that we've done, the passive research. Construct this puppy. Get this going over here. We have 2 idle workers? How? Oh, they built it that quickly? Day 0, they're assigned. Is that right? I think that's wrong. No, I guess it's right, because then they immediately get assigned to it. So we're going to construct this. I just want to make sure it doesn't happen at 1 o'clock. It shouldn't. Okay, it didn't. And then they all get assigned to it on the next day. And we need to let it run for another day. There we go. Let's see here. Wasco, it's in a different order this time. Portland, I don't think, maybe it was Wasco. Now let's double check this. Terry is engineering, so they're getting basic storage, which is random, so it could be. There's only 2 things with we need more research, basically, is the problem. Jesse or Jess E, your interest is politics. Basic storage type. Final is, so they didn't get anything by interest, and then they got basic storage type, or basic storage for that. It's going to be really hard to tell. Oh, this says get first research by interest type. So with gardening, it's botany. We don't have any matching things. So these should all be, we're going to rename this thing. So I think this is get random research by interest type. These are all going to be off. So let's do this. Let's start again, and we'll build lumberjack, which is botany. No, that's not going to do us any good. Storage isn't going to do us any good. Fisher's shed isn't going to do us any good. All right, so what we can test here is we can go into garden, and we can change its interest from botany to engineering. And that should get us a bunch of people doing engineering stuff. And we do have engineering. Then we'll switch it back in a second. Just need to test it, and speed it up here. Oh, we got to build the goddamn thing. There we go. Gotta wait for it to get built. There, it's built. I think. I just had a thought that this isn't they're going to work right. They've been assigned this, but we actually need this. All of this assignment to start at the beginning of the day. Shit. Another garbage word. So they're getting all of their scouting equipment. Yeah, and there's only scouting equipment is the only thing. I guess no, they can do storage. So there's some storage down here. They're all working there. But this needs to actually all happen in a different time period. So when it's end of day is not when this should be happening. This should be happening at the beginning of the day. So this all should be happening. This part should stay here though. So at the beginning of the day, we need to have, oh, look at this. This should all be here. So at the start of the day, they get assigned their research, and then at the end of the day, they generate it. And so this is going to happen before things are assigned. So this is going to happen before anything is assigned. So we need assigned the first run. So we need to account for that in the code. All right. So at day's start, this should all be getting assigned. And then it all gets generated at day end. Man, that could have been a total clusterfuck. So what was about to happen was you would get assigned and then immediately generate it. It would have never had a major effect, but because it only happened every day, but it would probably have an effect. We need to check to make sure that didn't throw off anything. And we'll construct this and then let this run for a minute. The garden is complete. Everyone's working away at the garden. We're generating massive numbers of things. The garden is, let's put this back on botany. Let's stop this. And I'm going to save it after that and call it a day. Botany. There we go. So let's look at our project list though. Because yeah, this is random. We got one thing done. One future thing done. Make sure tribute bonuses are happening. How much time do I have? 10 minutes. We can do this. In all skill checks. So one of the ways we could do that's under skill data. It doesn't look like I have skill data open. Was we could just move the thing inside of skill data. Skill data. So here's our skill check. We're checking this. Then we check our learning. Yeah, so we check our learning, and wow, this thing's kind of long. Skill data, do we know For our learning check, we need county population just passed in. That's it? How does it know what skill it's using? Oh, we have a switch for that. Wonder why I did a switch for that instead of like a dictionary. Didn't I just mess with this switch like yesterday? We did. We added this yesterday. I wonder why I didn't do a dictionary. This is a dictionary. I guess because we wouldn't know what we were passing in or something. But what we could do here is we could do this. Oh, but we don't know if it's defending in combat. Negative bonus, attribute. Oh, and then that's not the thing that we're trying to check here. We're talking about an attribute. Okay, we are. The skill check is applying a tribute bonus every time. So that was what I suddenly got worried about. Make sure attribute bonuses are happening in skill checks. They are. And every once in a while, everyone will scavenge and never stop scavenging. That's what we're gonna. That's what caused this whole thing. Let's see if we're at 200 issues or lower. We got below 200 for a minute. 198. It's not bad. One day we'll be at many more. All right, so we have all these changes. What did we do today? Got rid of list with notify and changed research first by interest to research random by interest. All right, I think that's gonna make it. I'm kind of getting excited about this part. Before I was kind of like, the research is dumb, but I think what's gonna happen is we're gonna have a lot of this passive research will be good. Is what I'm thinking now. All right. That is it for me. I pushed the code. Yep. That is it for me today. Thank you guys for joining me. I will talk to you next week, and most likely have a good rest of your